Okay, in this lesson, we'll be looking at another unit in Grammar Package, Form 3 Grammar Package, Unit 7, Adjective Patterns 2. Okay, and so you're supposed to do the exercises in the worksheets, but before you start working on the worksheets, we'll look at some of the details and explanations. Now, first, you're going to write what you think of what someone does. Now, how do you express this idea? When we want to comment on someone doing something, so this is a pattern, okay? We are, going to learn in this unit, which we apply the pattern very similar to what we learned in Unit 6, but not exact same as the pattern we learned in Unit 6. Can you see the difference? Yes, the difference is, now we are looking at the pattern it is, still begin with the impersonal subject it, okay? So remember, this time we are using an adjective, but we are talking about, or we are commenting on what someone has been doing or someone has done. Okay, now this time we are using the preposition, remember, the preposition of instead of for. Okay, now because the adjectives you're going to see in this unit, okay, the common adjectives we use in this pattern, okay, are all what we called personal adjectives. Okay, personal, that means we can use these adjectives to describe a person, okay, directly describe a person. But in this pattern, we use these common adjectives with the preposition of, okay? So remember, let's look at them very quickly. The first one, nice. Next one, kind. Then generous. Next one, clever. The next row, the first one, wise. The sixth one, stupid. It's the same in meaning as silly. And then polite. The opposite is impolite. And of course, in the next row, you see the first word, which means the same as impolite. It is the word rude, R-U-D-E, rude. And then what follows rude is selfish. After selfish, you can find the word mean. And then careless, responsible. The opposite is irresponsible. We spell the word in this way. I-R plus R-E-S-P-O-N-S-I-B-L-E. Okay? So it's the opposite of responsible. The word is pronounced as irresponsible. Okay? Next, we have considerate. Considerate, 體諒體貼. But the opposite is inconsiderate. And another word which means more or less the same as considerate is the word thoughtful. The second last word. The second last adjective is the word thoughtful. And the last one is brave. Okay? So let's do some practice. Now look at the picture from your grammar package, page 57. You see there are two women, okay? Two women here in the picture. So let's talk about what they think of what someone does. The first person they're talking about is this man, Peter. Okay, so how do we apply the pattern? It is, okay? It is, now when you look at Peter, he is, having his back facing a woman, another woman in his office. So this woman is his colleague, 佢同事啦. So these two women, they are gossiping behind Peter's back and saying that it is impolite of Peter to ignore his colleague. So remember, we begin with it is. We also use the adjective describing Peter Okay, so we say it is impolite of Peter, but not for Peter, because impolite is an adjective we can use to directly describe Peter. So remember, you have to say it is impolite of Peter. Okay, and then what follows the pattern should be a to infinitive, because the main verb is here, a verb to be. Okay, and so we use a to infinitive. Ignore, 忽視啦. Okay, it is impolite of Peter to ignore his colleague. Okay, another person the two women are talking about, the girl Kitty. So what do they think of Kitty? Okay, so you see Kitty has, well, thrown a lot of rubbish, a lot of litter on the ground outdoors. Okay, in the classroom. I mean, on the floor in the classroom. Okay, so you have to, well, apply the pattern again. 不負責任, right? It is irresponsible. Remember, don't use for, but we have to use of. It is irresponsible of Kitty to leave rubbish in the classroom. Okay, to leave rubbish on the floor in the classroom. Okay, and then the next, well, group of people you see here, the passengers. Most likely they are passengers on the MTR. Now you see, well, they are sitting there ignoring the old man. What do these two women think of? It is selfish, 自私嘅, of the passengers, 呢啲乘客啦. Now we use not to. Why? Why should we use the negative to infinitive? Because giving seats to the old man. Okay? So you see, giving seats to the old man, they do not do it. So it is selfish of the passengers not to give seats to the old man, right? Okay, next. So we'll practice looking at section 1, okay? Section 1 on page 57, first exercise. Remember to use this pattern. For example, let's do number 1 and number 8. Kind, to give, you, it is, of me, advice. So remember to find the adjective, the to infinitive, and the object pronoun. The adjective is kind, to infinitive, to give, and then object pronoun is you. So we say it is kind of you to give me advice, right? Another one, number 8. Okay, him, to his mother, it is of wrong not to tell the truth. So again, it is, right? Begin with, but where's the adjective this time? Okay, let's find out the adjective. The adjective is the word wrong. Okay, not to tell. It is wrong, okay, of him, okay, the object pronoun. Not to tell the truth to his mother, right? The next one, section 2, exercise 1. Complete the sentences. Again, how would you comment these people? Let's do number 3 and 5 as examples. Now, first in number 3, Mandy repeated. Past tense, bear in mind, okay? Be careful. So, she repeated the same mistake in the exam. Find a suitable adjective, okay? Talking about Mandy. The adjective we can either use careless or silly. Okay, the object pronoun, Mandy, so we use her. Remember, do not say she because we are using it as an object. Okay, so the answer, it was careless of her to repeat the same mistake in the exam. All right, so remember, we are using simple past tense. How do we, well, express the simple past tense? We use it was. Okay? The old lady doesn't have much money. This time, simple present. But she always helps the needy. Okay? So complete the sentence. Adjective, generous, 慷慨嘅. Okay? To donate. Who? The old lady. So we use the object pronoun her. It is generous of her to donate some money to charity every month. Okay? So these are all the adjectives you must use. Well, in Unit 6, we learned about the preposition for. And so keep in mind, you have to distinguish them, see the difference between the next group we have just learned today. Okay, these are all the adjectives we use with the pattern. It is, but with of. All right. So go to page 59. Try to apply the concepts we have just learned, either of or for. We use personal adjective with of. We use impersonal adjectives with for. Now, in the situation, Dr. Yu is talking to some students. So complete the conversation by writing the appropriate adjective patterns, like here. Dr. Yu said, "Good morning, everyone. Your teacher, Mr. Tin, has asked me to talk to you about health and diet." Okay, 健康與飲食. We both feel that. So the first example, important students know about these topics. Do you have any questions for me? So complete example 1. It is important for students to know about these topics because we use important, then we have to use for. Okay, Sonia, one of her Dr. Yu's student. "Yes, Dr. Yu, I told my brother that we can eat as much chocolate as we like." This is a question. So begin with is it. Okay, inversion, 倒裝. Okay, is it right of me to tell him that? Okay, because right is a personal adjective, so we should choose to use of. Section 3, the last one, page 60. Let's do number 1 to 4 and number 13 as examples. Healthy living is sensible. First one, we all want to be fit. We use simple present tense. Second one, we use important for. A very active person. It was difficult. Now we change for to infinitive. Okay, it was difficult to find time to exercise regularly. And the last one, number 13. It will be sensible for us, but not we. Okay, remember, we must use an object pronoun instead of the subject pronoun we. So, finally, if you understand everything, you may proceed to take the grammar quiz on adjective patterns, part 1 and part 2. That means, well, Unit 6 and Unit 7. Okay? Click on the link below and you can attempt and do the quiz.